How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here, bringing you guys a brand new Nanatsu no Taizai chapter discussion. And for today's semi, guys, we're going to be talking about is chapter 204. Yes, folks, in this chapter, we actually finally get to see Ludociel's, or Rudociel's, how you want to spell it, like, translation errors, I swear. The point is, we're seeing Ludociel's actual plan come to fruition, as we actually got to see Ludociel kill all those demons that he was keeping at bay in the fairy forest. And my freaking god, that guy, the arc magic that's involved with the goddess clan is a lot more devastating than it really looks like. It looks like very devastating magic. All these magic that we've seen so far involved with the 10 commandments, the demon clan, vampires, you know, the arc just seems that it's able to kill people in such a massive way, like in a massive destruction. The way that they were killed was just in a flash. Honestly, it was like having a nuclear bomb, but without the explosion. Like, honestly, that was freaking hilarious. But moving on though, man, that was really intense, because we got to see Ludociel actually show that goddess pride. It seems that the goddess clan members are very prideful in what they're doing. It seems that Ludociel wants to act. It seems that she's orchestrating as well how the events are starting to unfold, because she got to see where the demon clan members were actually, you know, they were positioned in a very perfect spot to actually see their brethren actually killed. And it seems that in my honest opinion, I'm coming up with a theory right now. I feel like the goddess clan wants to be the supreme race. They're going to be the supreme race that's above all the other races, so they can stay on top of the food chain. But it seems that the goddess clan members are actually afraid of the other clans rising in power, because there's an overabundance of magic in the Taizai universe, because every living creature is able to create magic, or at least expel magic in a similar fashion. And it's hilarious to see that in this way, that Ludociel has that pride it's overwhelming her to the point that she does not even care about any other races. It doesn't even care about the safety of Elizabeth, because in this chapter, Elizabeth actually was the one that confronted the 10 commandments, the whole entire army. And we actually got to see Elizabeth's actual power in this chapter, and that is because Elizabeth was actually able to, it seems that her magic is not mind control, is persuasion. Now that is a very powerful ability, or at least a calming effect. Now, I wouldn't say persuasion as well, because I remember correctly, the demons said that they actually felt that their anger was dispersed. They did not feel the need to fight, so that's why they went home. And to me, it might be that Elizabeth has a calming nature that is actually able to repel negative energy, that because it embodies her personality, that she wants peace. Her magic is literally the creative tool in the Taizai universe to actually create peace, to destroy that negative energy. Now that is very interesting to see what more Elizabeth is able to be capable of. But we also got to see Elizabeth having a little dialogue spat between Derriere, because it seems Derriere's family members were inside the giant arc magic that Ludociel had with the demons inside them. And it seems that Derriere was not taking any more BS. She was literally telling Elizabeth that, you know, what are you guys doing? You know, you guys have our friends hostage. You know, or is that your intention to kill our brethren in a mindless slaughter? And of course, Elizabeth is responding with the same tone that she's being backlashed. You know, I have no idea what is going on. I'm trying to end this war. I'm really just here to try to stop you guys from, you know, from being killed by the goddess clanners. It kind of seemed like it really was like a condescending tone, but at the same time, it's because she's trying to be affirmative to freaking Derriere, because Derriere is not listening. The demon clan members are not listening. They're on a rampage, and that's when Ludociel, like I said, just broke that last nerve that they were just holding in. And it's funny too, because you literally see Derriere again pimp slap Elizabeth and just knocks her all the way down. It's hilarious how that chapter was going with the two women fighting right there. But interestingly enough, though, the chapter itself, we see that I believe that the fairy forest itself was able to like, I feel like they have a misconception of Bon and Law, because these two are very different characters. And it's funny because Gloxinia was actually explaining, I'm sorry, not Gloxinia, King was explaining that the fairy forest should be protected with the humans and the fairies. And, you know, of course, you know, Law was saying that, you know, we're gonna protect this with our might, you know. And you see Law, even though he's one of the, he's a human, he's a weak human, yet he was still gonna put his life on the line and said, you know, even though we actually don't even know what kind of magic he's actually capable of, because it seems that we were actually teased at what kind of magic he was gonna be able to say, because he was telling Gloxinia that, you know, I have a strong magic. It's not on the same power level as, you know, all the other clan members are, but it's still enough to be formidable. And I'm thinking like, oh, I wonder what the humans' magic are gonna be like, coming out, because the humans' magic are very eccentric in terms of the Taizai universe. You always see something with the elements themselves, while the goddess fairy clan, they only stick to one particular element, and they just harness that element and they master that element itself. But the humans, they have variety. As you can see, all the humans have ice, wind, gravity, but you see the other the 10 commandments. You see the sheer brute strength, sheer brute explosions. You see the goddess clan with the arc magic that is just like the light embedded into destruction. Like I said, it's just hilarious seeing all these other magics played around the Taizai universe. Can't really see what Law's magic will be. But needless to say, my last topic that I do want to talk about is the trial itself, folks. Gloxinia and Dolor, it seems that these two are actually in a very pivotal state in the war itself, because the king was talking to Diane, and of course in the bodies of Dolor and Gloxinia, that is this the trial that we actually have to facing off the 10 commandments. And I think it's not necessarily gonna be something that we're actually expecting, like a fight between 10. No, it's probably a decision between Meliodas, the 10 commandments, and the goddess clan. I think it's more or less to say if they're ready to accept the power that the fairy clan and the giant clan that they embed themselves in. It's more if they're capable of holding that power, because with this power comes greater responsibility. And that's what I'm personally thinking, that King and Diane they're being tested to see if they're worthy to accept this newfound power that they're gonna have, that it could be literally destructive in the wrong hands. Now that is very interesting to see that, because it honestly, I'm kind of interested to see how Doodle CL is going to play another pivotal role in this actual arc. And I'm slowly starting to get the gist of what's going on. I'm still sticking to this theory as well, that Ludo CL probably might die, or at least got stabbed by the other clan members. Because look, I said we don't even know where the other archangels are, or if Ludo CL is gonna get heavily damaged in this war, that's gonna run away. Because so far we only seen one. And speaking of that, they said that there's going to be other archangels coming down to destroy the 10 commandments. So it seems that, you know, we're going to see other archangels. But I'm wondering as to if it's going to be, you know, like maybe it's Escanor's actual living embodiment of his previous incarnation. Maybe it's one of those archangels. We don't know. Like all theories are spamming around that. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next chapter. Because, you know, honestly, these chapters are very interesting. Even though how Nakaba actually went and threw away the flashback itself was kind of weird, because, you know, there's really that magic itself all of a sudden it was just thrown at us. It felt like a Deus Ex Machina scheme right there, because Nakaba didn't know how to throw them all into the past. But needless to say, you know, chapters are going great, and I can't wait to see what Ludo CL is going to be offering, or at least trying to create the peace that she's trying to create. Because the peace that Ludo CL is a very imperialistic piece, and that is to control the other clan members. That is what Ludo CL is trying to do. But the thing is with Elizabeth going around with her, is her piece is them doing in a democratic certain fashion. You know, we all shake hands and we all sign a treaty, and boom, we're at peace. That's Elizabeth's way, and it's very different as to what the god. Like, it seems that the goddess clan members they're having a dispute within themselves. They're not very organized as the other clan members are. As you guys can see, it seems like the goddess, like I said, they take really great pride in what they really do. And that's very horrible, because the 10 commandments, it seems that we're slowly getting to tease that the demon clan themselves are fighting for revenge, and not necessarily just, they're not that these mindlessly slaughtering enemies just because. Interesting, Nakaba. I'm loving the way you're writing the story. Very interesting. But let me know down in the comments below, guys, as what are you guys' thoughts on this chapter itself? What did you guys think about Law and Bond's connection? Because remember, it seems that the fairy forest is actually confusing Law and Bond together. That was a little funny scene right there. And what do you guys think of Meliodas? Should Meliodas have been the one to actually confront the Ten Commandments instead of Elizabeth? Because if Meliodas confronted, do you guys really think that a battle would have ensued already? Or do you guys think that Meliodas might have turned the battle around instead of Elizabeth? Like I said, it's interesting how Nakaba is actually throwing around these characters all around. Oh, and also, guys, last topic as well. What are you guys' thoughts on the trial itself? Do you guys think it's a trial of that they have to stay alive, or is it a trial of a decision making to see how what they decide during this 3,000-year war? Because it maybe then Gloxinia and Dolor actually might have made a mistake back in the past, and they want to see if King and Diana are gonna make the same mistake. But like I said, let me know down in the comments, guys. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Nanatsu no Taizai chapter discussions. And as always, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen, signing out.